One day, I found myself with strangers on this cliff in Brazil.
I have been left behind again due to my heavy bag. Just hit our first stop and I'm almost out of water.
Let me tell you how I found myself here. What's up guys, this is Kabir Wolf and you have made it to my travel YouTube channel. If you're looking for tips and tricks on how to travel the world on a budget, have experiences of a lifetime and all the do's and don'ts of your next destination, then you are exactly where you need to be.
Lorito, dime si te acuerdas cuando estaba aquí. Purple flowers, escuchando a Takiti.
I spent the last 14 days in Rio de Janeiro checking out the local culture, the Christ Redeemer statue, and even made it to literally the world's largest dance party, Carnival. So go watch that video if you haven't already. Did you know that in 1549, when Salvador was founded, it was actually the capital of Brazil? Getting to Salvador was a little bit of a challenge as they changed the gate last minute, so I did this little thing with my hair for like 6 hours while I had to wait in the Rio airport. Whatever, they got me on the next flight. Pro tip, keep an eye out on airport screens. With that being said, hit that like button and let's jump into the video. On my first night in Salvador, I heard some bass, so I ventured out to find this street party. The state of Bahia has the strongest African population in all of Brazil. And with that comes some body-shaking percussion beats from the African culture. The bass of the music runs deep through the streets of Bahia, and the spirit of the music and dance is in every Brazilian's veins. One of the best ways to experience a new place is through the local cuisine. Someone at my hostel recommended that we try out the moqueca, which is this yellow curry-like thing served with rice. Flavors were that of lentils and turmeric, very similar to an Indian dal if you've ever had it. It's typically served with fish, but we had the vegetarian version of it. Now, because we are Americans, we also got chicken wings. We got that with this sweet little molasses sauce and this little pepper habanero kind of pepper sauce. Fun fact though, when you're in Brazil, if you ask for salt and pepper, which is sal y pimenta, they're going to bring you salt and they'll bring you pimenta sauce, which is pepper sauce, which is essentially some kind of an habanero sauce or some kind of a hot sauce. They don't actually bring pepper powder here. Most people spend most of their money while traveling on hotels and Airbnbs. Welcome to Hostel Galeria 3. This hostel costs 65 reais a night for a 10-person dorm room, and they get you fresh breakfast and unlimited free caipirinhas for 1 entire hour every single evening. The only rule is one at a time. This hostel also has a cool little pool where you can just hang out or even take business calls. In the central square of Salvador, you can find restaurants on the side of the road, locals playing dominoes, and vendors selling fridge magnets. Amongst many vendors is this lady who does not have the time to cut open the coconut. So instead she hacks the coconut open with this tool here. It was one hack and she put a straw through it. Wow. On my second night in Salvador, I met some travelers from England and they invited me out on a 3-day hike to the Chapada Diamantina. So I accepted and booked my bus ticket for the next day. Chapada Diamantina, here I come. My newest friend Mikey and I, along with some other hostel friends, enjoyed acarajé, which is this local shrimp-like sandwich thing. Mikey and I took the overnight bus from Salvador to Bahia to Lenguas, which cost us 130 reais each and took just over 6 hours. The backpackers hostel was a quick 5-minute walk from the bus station. Here we left our bags, got some breakfast and some showered up and head out at 8 AM to the tour.
Bags, and I have been rented a backpack basically to make it easier because I learned from the Guatemala trek that my camera bag does not do well on treks and I will get my left behind if I decide to take that. So we're gonna be taking the bag that they gave us.
We were a group of 8 of us gringo tourists and 2 tour guides. We got in these questionable jeeps and were told to buckle up. This is the last town before embarking on the hike and disconnecting from civilization for the next couple days. It is a great place to get some breakfast and anything else you might need for your hike. Fun fact, I literally made my most viral TikTok in this town right here. It literally got 300,000 views and still gets views today. Expect the journey to the base of the hike to be uncomfortable as the roads kind of just become dirt paths after one point. I have been on treks before where they have asked us to carry food, but it's normally some pasta or some sauce.
Hopefully, I think we'll find like a place to cook up there, or maybe we'll start a bonfire. We'll see, and then we can sing "Weed and start the fire."
This guide is 21 years old and lives in the village. He has 2 kids that he has to feed, and he has a couple sets of clothes up in the hostel where we are hiking up to. His entire backpack has food for all of us, and look at what he's hiking up in. Flip-flops. What?
Checkpoint. Man down.
Over the course of 3 days, we are walking a total of 46 kilometers with lots of ups and downs. We left the hostel at 8:30 a.m. and started our climb around 11 a.m. Since a lot of this hike was on the Chapada, which means plateau, the sun was beaming directly down on us, making it so hot that most of us decided that our shirts were becoming an inconvenience.
Most people choose to look at travel as expensive. Travel is not expensive. This entire tour cost me a grand total of $200 US. That's 1,000 reals for 3 days and 2 nights, including the trek, including food, including everything. Travel is not expensive.
No trek is complete without crossing a little bit of water. The waters in this part of the world, however, run a deep red color due to the high concentration of iron. As we were enjoying the beautiful swim and the nice cool water over here, the guides were actually preparing tuna sandwiches for us. We maintained a great pace, taking small breaks every hour and enjoying many beautiful viewpoints from up here in the mountains as well. Chapada Diamantina covers a total of 572 square miles, so it's nearly impossible to see all of it in one trip. You just need to take in as much as you can.
So coffee, the red ones means that they're ripe. What you do is you take this out, you can crush it open, and you'll see 2 of the coffee beans in there.
What? Fruit, real sweet. That's good.
We were told to empty all the ingredients we carried outside the kitchen before we made our way to the room. This room had 4 bunk beds, so all 8 of us could sleep in the same room. Trust me when I say we left as family.
First things first, I got the water. 14 reals, definitely taking advantage of the fact that we are up here. And he sells all these other kinds of like snacks and things like that, along with wines, drinks. Obrigado.
After a long first day of hiking and a quick shower, it was dinner time. Dinner was roasted chicken with some sauteed vegetables, kale, beans and rice. I have been on many treks before, and I can say that without a shadow of doubt, I have never been as well fed as I was fed on this trek. The deal here is the guides will cook us dinner if we do the dishes and clean up after.
Yo, good morning. Holy shit. It's like 6:30 in the morning. We got all these beautiful, beautiful clouds out here. Look at that. Wow. Imagine waking up to this every day. How gorgeous is this? The guy has told us it's 7:30 a.m. He's told us to eat heavy because we've got our next meal at 1:30.
For breakfast, we had bruschetta, melons, chocolate cake, plantains, mango, and couscous with butter apparently.
Y'all, the guy has ran out of water to buy, so there's no more water to buy even if you want it. Sometimes money can't buy you everything. So let's get some of this piss looking water.
Even though the guide ensured us that this water was safe for drinking, we had our doubts. Day 2 and we are hiking 7 kilometers today and we are going all the way up today. The beauty of 3 days away from cell phone connectivity is that it forced us to interact with each other and really connect with each other and experience the nature around us.
Just hit our first stop and I'm almost out of water.
In the heat of the day, we found a small stream of ice-cold water. Nature truly does provide for everything.
Stop 1 for the day. Water. Yellow water.
Fun fact, before this place was a national park, it was actually off limits in an effort to protect diamond smugglers from these mines.
Guys, we have made it up to the Chapada. Chapada actually means plateau. And we're here at this awesome plateau.
Lunch the second day was very similar to the first day, except this time we had chocolate cake and mangoes too. If you're ever lost in the forest, follow the river downstream to civilization. However, if you ever want to find a waterfall, follow the river upstream.
We have made it here to the waterfall.
After a hot day of hiking, a cold dip in this water just hits so differently. The second night after dinner, I got this ginger drink, except I got it warm because it was way more soothing, and we decided to have a bonfire. It was only at this time that I learned that they had a bonfire last night without me? What? Maybe because I was sleeping. Ah, well, that makes sense.
Here for our final meal as a family.
Spending such a long time with each other has made us all very comfortable with each other and made this last day even more wonderful experience as we ventured our way back through some gorgeous sights and these beautiful cliffs as well.
And just to see this entire beautiful mountain and the friends right there.
As we made it back to our car, I thought about how wonderful a trip this was with strangers and what a great experience this was. Little did I know that when I got back to my hostel that night, I had other strangers waiting for me to take me off on my next adventure to Morro de Sao Paulo. So, let's go there. Getting to Morro de Sao Paulo costs about 140 reais. Now I know you're making fun of me for saying the word Morro, but it's about $27.50. And that takes about 2 hours from Salvador de Bahia. Welcome to Wheelbarrow Island. This island has no vehicles, just wheelbarrows. Need a lift with your bags? Throw them in a wheelbarrow. Need a ride? Throw them in a wheelbarrow. Need to get something somewhere? Throw it in a wheelbarrow. Tourists must pay a 20 reais fee to enter, and this fee must be paid every time you come to the island, regardless of the duration of your stay.
This is Morro de Sao Paulo. Oh, the Funde Grande. What? I thought there was no vehicles. Mister, you are cheating.
I am staying at Che Lagarto Hostel. This hostel was literally 5 minutes walk from the dock. Morro has a lot of tourism with its innovatively named beaches. Praia 1, 2, 3, and 4. Most tourists don't venture beyond Praia 1, so most restaurants and bars can be found there. Praia 2 has fewer restaurants and at night even converts into a cozy candlelit dinner spot. Praia 3 has fewer attractions that are few and far between. And Praia 4 has next to nothing on it and has the bluest waters. Like most touristy places in the world, Morro de Sao Paulo is a little bit more expensive than the rest of Brazil too. Goes to show that the best things in life really do require a little bit of work. Brazil is full of beautiful culture and wonderful people. Travel has taught me that sometimes we make our problems to be way bigger than they are. And if we all just spread a little bit more love, joy, and happiness, the world really would be so much of a better place, wouldn't it? Subscribe!